Using a brand new technology right now, so bear with us. I said Zoom is not going to shut us down. You guys share this. Baby. Okay, cool. Alrighty. So, my husband shared a story with me. I can do it no justice by sharing it myself. So I asked him if he can come on and share with you guys. So he's going to share what happened at work today. Now, you guys know that we are quarantined at the house. Most of us have already been quarantined to the house. This is the norm for us. We work our business from home, so nothing has changed. What I can say has personally changed is my daughter, my oldest child. She is 20 years old. She's always trying to go to the store and things like that. And I keep telling her, keep your butt still. Because if you go to that store too long, then I'm going to have to get you a hotel room because you can't come back here. But I've been also, messaging my husband throughout the day. And I'm like, you still got to work this job. Are you protecting yourself? Are you making sure you're okay? I don't believe in living in fear, but I also believe that you prepare. You pray for the best, but you prepare for the worst. That's my philosophy. But my husband experienced something today at work, and I just want him to share it with you guys. I'm just going to get myself out of the way so he can do that.
Hey, you guys. How we doing? With all this, corona scare and panic and all this other things that's going on, today was a real reality check for me and what's really happening out here. There were two ladies that, first of all, I do building maintenance, high-rise buildings, and for the past 13 plus years, and it's been something that's I am pretty passionate about. But I have what we call tenants in my building, and there was two ladies that has been on their job for, one was 14 years, the other one was 18 years, and they had a conference call around about 9:30, 10 o'clock today, and immediately after their conference call, they were terminated and dismissed, and their job was they dealt with currency, and it was part of the luxury industry where people going in and out of the country and going different places and needing different currency to enjoy themselves and do things and participate in different countries and things of that nature. But it was a reality check of how this virus or this epidemic is affecting so many people on so many levels. And it was just an eye-opener how they came into work this morning with a job and left before the day ended, didn't have a job. Mm-hmm. So it was a real eye-opener and kind of a heartfelt moment, because who knew when they came in and clocked in that day that this was the day that their life was going to be changed, and that the reality is that an epidemic as the one we're dealing with would change their financial future and they're comfortable in life as they know it. So it was to say the least an eye opener, but it was a moment where we see that you just don't know from one moment to the next how life could change on a dime, and that you have to be prepared. Your plan B has to be in place. And not to say that they're going to suffer in any type of way, because I think they're pretty secure in their financial responsibility. But to get up and go to work one day, and before it's time to clock out and go home, you don't have a job. And that was really disturbing to me because they were really, really, really good people that I talk to on a regular basis. And, one lady just had her grandkid in there the other day, just like, not knowing that the following day she wouldn't have a job. And it was an eye-opener. But to the point where it's like you need something else in your life that's going to provide or pick up the slack or pick up the pieces, because that was devastating. I had just with me dealing with them, I had a real soft spot for them and just their well-being of how they're going to provide or what their family was going to like, for the fact that they're no longer going to have that employment. And what we're trying to express to people that's going through whatever hard times that they're going through, whether it's furloughs or having to work and go without pay. The luxury industry is kind of hurting right now as far as people not going and spending and doing certain things. But we're coming to you as there is a better way, or there's an alternative way that you can put yourself in a position where that you or your family can go on without skipping a beat, because you have looked toward the future and put something in place to where you can have not only financial freedom, but not only just tied down to a job or a position. I still have a day-to-day operation. It's hard to do my job from the house because I do office building maintenance and high rises and such. So I can't do that from home. But I have an alternative option to where I can reach out and I can share my opportunity with people that's looking for an alternative or another option or plan B. So a long story short, let's not get so comfortable, because like I said, one lady was there for 14 years, the other lady was 18 years, and I'm pretty sure they was not thinking the day was the day that it was going to be their last day. They didn't allow them to say, hey, at the end of the day, their decision was, after their conference call, was immediately, your position has been terminated. They turned the lights off, closed the currency box, and you're free to go home. So, I know a lot of us is not in a position where someone could just flip the switch and say, we don't need you no more. And a lot of people live in paycheck to paycheck, and it's where you need another option or plan B or something that you can substitute or offset your, something that's going to fill the gap. Something that's going to, where your lifestyle don't have to change. You don't have to worry about, food in the house and the lights being off and your mortgage and going in foreclosure and things like that, because you prepared yourself and you put yourself in a position where you have options. And that's what it's all about. You can't put all your eggs in one basket. That's ridiculous. And you have to be in a new way of thinking, in a new generation where you have to have multiple streams of income to provide and, not leave yourself falling into one job or one source of income. And that's what we want to express with you guys tonight, where you can have, just certain things in your life and another option, just a plan B, a safety net. Nothing is all that 100% guaranteed, but you have to have something in your lifestyle to where if one thing doesn't work for you, then you have something else to fall back on. And that's all we're saying to you guys. But if we have for those that's interested, we have something that we fall back on that we can do from home, and we're gonna allow this young lady to maybe express that what that is. But just on with this epidemic going on, this panic going on, don't allow yourself to be comfortable in your situation where you can't. That you're relying on one source of income, and that it may be here today and gone tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm looking on Facebook and I see several people are watching us right now. And I want to kind of play devil's advocate because I want to kind of put myself, I'll never forget where we came from. We came from a situation where all we knew was a job. And we are in a situation now where we are still trying to learn how to have multiple streams of income. We love the network marketing space. We have no problem with entrepreneurship. We understand why it's important to have a job as well. But we clearly understand why you don't want to just have a job. So I want to play devil's advocate really quick because I know some people may be watching and they're like, you're in a network marketing company, but it's not yours. Somebody else owns it. Let me share something with you guys really quick. When you partner with a network marketing company, it's a low investment and it's a high return. If you are somebody that is coachable, somebody that's a self-starter, somebody that's influential, and somebody that has the financial resources to invest in themselves. Now, there are many people that fall into that category, but there's a small number of people that's willing to invest in themselves. Like, I noticed that a lot of people have those first three categories, but what they won't do is invest in themselves. They are so conditioned to that job. And that's nothing wrong with that because, again, I remember where we came from. But the reason why I want to play devil's advocate really quick is because what people will say is, that's not your network marketing company. That's owned by somebody else. Let me share something with you. If your job lets you go today, let me share with you the process that you have to go through. If you were those two ladies that just got fired today, they didn't get a severance package. They got nothing. They came to work today and their job was eliminated. Lights off, your stuff in the box, you got to go. If that was you, many of you would be in tears right now. You would be at the unemployment office the next day. You would have to update your resume. You would have to find that new job. You would have to qualify for that new job. You would have to pray that you didn't step on nobody's toes in your existing job and that they will help you get the new job. So many things that you would have to go through to get that new job. What I love about network marketing, no, I don't own the company that I'm with right now. But if for any reason that they shut the doors, it's as simple as me writing a check to be with the next company. I don't have to go through all that approval process. If I want to be with the company, I get with the company. Simple as that. My efforts, my hard work, and everything that I do is what determines my pay. No, I cannot control the financial stability of the company, but one thing I do know is that we are some smart individuals. We have succeeded in this industry at the very beginning for a reason. We don't partner with any company. We do our research. We partner with the ones that are financially stable. We partner with the ones that got the leadership to help us succeed. We partner with the ones that got the product that the world needs. We don't focus on things that we want. Like, for example, I've heard people say, oh, I don't travel. Who cares? The world is traveling. Why are you basing your income on what you do? Right? There's things on your job that you don't want to do, but you do it anyway. Tell your job that you don't want to do it and see what happens. Right? So there is so much more that you can benefit from being an entrepreneur. I'm not afraid of a company closing because I just got to write a check to get with the next one. And these skills travel with me. How you do one thing is how you do everything. I don't have to compete for a position, right? I don't have to go through an application process. I don't have to try to sweet talk the human resources person. I don't have to do all of that. So these two ladies, when he shared that with me, I'm like, man, they've been with that company 14 to 18 years. I remember, where was it we were going? We were going somewhere, and I remember you saying something about you getting your currency exchanged at work. Mm-hmm. I can't remember where we were going. we were going somewhere, and the ladies that he's talking about, they run the currency department at his job. So we were going out of the country.
Maybe Mexico, because I think we got some pesos or something like that.
Okay.
Or maybe in Dominican. It was somewhere.
I don't know. We travel quite often.
Out of the country.
But we were going somewhere, and he had to get the currency exchange. He said he was going to do it at work. But my point is that these ladies have been in that position for 14 to 18 years. And because of this virus, you guys, something that has occurred over the past, I don't know how long people have been affected, but it's been on the news for the past, week and a half or two? And they lost their job like that. Everything gone. Their income completely gone. No nothing. No severance pay, no nothing. Is completely gone. So,
not to cut you off, but I mean, this is not a scare tactic or anything like that, but it's a harsh reality to what's really happening in the world. And you cannot rely on, I mean, regardless of how uncomfortable or these ladies have been on their job for a long time. So the comfort of going to work every day and realizing that job was there till someone pulling the rug out from under them and the job was gone was it had to be a reality they didn't see coming. And like I said, I've dealt with them because just part of my job is customer service and just dealing with people on a level of just being humane and talking to people, and they was really good people, and to see something like that happen to them was not only an eye opener for them but an eye opener for me, because we went in the same place every day to see hey, how you doing, and how's your family, and you share certain things. Down to recipes and stuff like that. You talk to people every day, and for them to go through something like this, where immediately their life has changed, because believe it or not, you take away that paycheck or one or two paychecks, or the income is not coming in your house no longer. There's some tension gonna come about one way or the other, and you find yourself in a situation where it's just uncomfortable, and you can't pay your bills, and you can't do certain things, and the last thing you want to be able to tell your kids or your family that we can't do this because I just can't do it. And no one wants to be put in a position where we can't, you have your necessities, but life goes on, and there's certain things you just want to do because you're alive, and that you just want to be able to provide for your family. But to wake up one day and going to work, and the next day there's no job to go to, is where you have to put things in perspective, where I gotta put myself in a situation where I have a plan B, a way out, or an alternative to someone else's job that you have no control over. So you don't want to have yourself in a situation where you are in an environment where you don't have no control. They tell you when to go to lunch. They tell you when to start, when the day ends, and when you can go on vacation with your family and spend time with your loved ones. Yeah. So it's not a life that you want to live, but it's a reality check at the end of the day. So long story short, don't get comfortable in your everyday norm and what you find yourself involved in, because it could change on a dime, in a moment's notice. And the reality is you have to change with the times. So if you don't see this moment as a learning experience or a time where you have to do something different to get some different results, and you may not see it in this lifetime. It may be something that's for your family or your kids or your grandkids that you got to start and provide a mindset where you can't put all your eggs in one basket, and you may not reap the benefits, but you might have set the tracks or set the pace or set the mindset where you opened some eyes or you did something. You know, my dad or my uncle, my brother, my cousin did something that set, maybe trajected an idea to where I don't have to do one thing, but I can do multiple things, and they can actually provide for my family, my future, and just provide for the family in multiple ways or multiple streams, or not just being tied down to a job and having to ask somebody for time off or ask somebody for whatever it is that's for your family and for your livelihood. So I mean that's what the story is all about, and hopefully you open some eyes, not to like scare tactics or anything like that, but reality is you got to do something different in order to create a different environment for your family, your livelihood, and for your future. And the last thing I want to leave with you is, there's such thing as a legacy, and you want to leave certain things for your family, whether it's your kids or their kids and things like that, to where you set certain things in motion, to where you have put certain things in place, and that hopefully you lay the groundwork in a blueprint, and they can continue to keep that in motion and keep your legacy alive and provide for the future and your family to come. So that's all I gotta say. But if those that's interested, you can kind of follow down the path that we went down and do some of the things that we've done.
So can I ask you a question? Did you ever share, and again I'm playing devil's advocate because it may be some people watching now that may be in the industry that we're in, but you're not talking. You're not sharing your business. You're not sharing your opportunity. And I get it because I'm an introvert. I'm not the one that's just going to expose the business to every person that I meet. I like to indirectly build my business. I get it. But what I want to ask my husband is if he ever introduced the business to them. Why am I asking him that? It's because when you're in this industry, I want you guys to consider yourself as being that professional problem solver. Because that's what feeds my soul. It's knowing that I help somebody else get out of a situation. Like my background is bankruptcy, foreclosure, default management. It's helping people get out of bad situations is my background. So this industry, I fell in love with because I could do that tenfold. I could do it with no restrictions. I could really help people win. So my question to my husband is were they ever introduced to the business to the point where they could have that opportunity? Because that's what saved me. I was introduced to the business. JC Oliver, I don't know if she's watching, Elisa Davis. There was several people I introduced to the business, but the one that really sticks out to me is my company, Wells Fargo. That's the mortgage company that I was with. I helped them save a lot of money. I was a person that, I was a jack of all trades for them. Like instead of them hiring people, I did everything. So I was also a supervisor there, and JC Oliver was one of the individuals that reported to me. And she was introduced to this business, not because I told her about it. I think she saw it on Facebook or something like that. But to make a long story short, when Wells Fargo decided to lay off, guess who wasn't crying about a job? JC Oliver, Tawana Houston. There were other individuals introduced to the business, but only 2 of us took the business serious and didn't have to go back to work. Now, I watched JC Oliver pretty much just coasted easy for, I think, up to 2 years before she went back to work. She's caring for her mom and so on, so she ended up going back to work. But my point is, she wasn't pressured. She wasn't crying. She wasn't stressed out because she was getting residual income from this business on the side. So the reason I'm asking my husband this question, I don't know the answer. He may not have ever exposed it to them. But my point is, your decision is attached to the blessing of others. Like, stop feeling like you are annoying people by sharing your business. You got something for them. You got something that's going to change their life. They need you. And that's the way you got to see this business. You got to know that they need you. So, did you ever share that with them?
One of the ladies I did. One of the ladies that I gave her one of the sites. The other one I did not. Not to say that she couldn't.
You said you gave her a site. What do you mean by that?
Well,
you gave her a free product.
Yeah.
But you never shared the business model with them.
No.
Okay. So basically what he's saying is he shared the product. He might have led with the business later. I don't know. She's already gone. But that's something I feel like we need to revisit and talk to her to give her another option so that she don't have to go through this again. That's cold to be with a company 14 to 18 years and you don't have a day to get your stuff together. You don't have hours to get your stuff together. You don't have minutes to get yourself together. Say, come in the office, you're out. Pack your stuff, you got to go. Immediately. Not in a couple minutes, not a couple hours, not a couple days, but immediately. You gave them 14 to 18 years of your time and you just got to go. That is flat out ridiculous. So it's your obligation as somebody in this network marketing space to just share it. Right? Now, one thing I can tell you guys, network marketing gets a bad rap for one main reason. People lazy. I'm just going to keep it real. It's so inexpensive to start a business in network marketing that people don't take it seriously, but anybody can get started. That's the thing. Anybody can get started in this industry. So everybody doesn't have what it takes to take this business to the next level. That's the problem. So when I got involved in the industry, when me and my husband got involved in the industry, we had naysayers. We had all kinds of negativity coming to us from left and right. Now, my beautiful sponsor, Marlicia Yancey, that introduced us to the business. I'm not sure if she's still on this live or not, but she introduced us to this industry. Nobody has ever prospected us, but she saw something in us that we never saw in ourselves. But we had people telling us, oh, you doing network marketing? Oh, you doing that pyramid thing? Let me tell you guys something. Stop listening to the majority. See, this is something I never had in life. I never had a mentor. Never. I never had somebody that really drilled down to educate me without it being something that benefited them. I never saw something. I never had nobody to really say, T, you got what it takes. Let me help you get to the next level without them personally benefiting from it. See, what happens is in our world is that you listening to the wrong people. That's it. You're listening to the wrong people. You're listening to the majority. So the fact that I didn't have a mentor, this is what I did. All I knew was that the majority was losing. That's it. So all I could do is do the opposite. That's all I knew to do. So when I had to make a decision, I asked myself, what would the majority do? You know how you guys got the WWJD, what would Jesus do? I was asking myself, what would the majority do? That's what I was asking myself. So whatever the majority would do, I would do the opposite. And until I started meeting different people that would help, guide us. Even when I got started, even when my husband, he ended up getting started in the business, I want to say maybe a couple months or so later, he didn't see the vision at all. I saw the vision. I'm a numbers girl. He's not a numbers guy. I saw an opportunity for me to be able to be at home full time. But it was because of my story, you guys. It's so many different reasons. But the primary reason why I can tell you guys why you need to ignore the naysayers. Like when somebody tells me it didn't work for them, I get excited. I was like, oh, it's going to work for me. Like I don't base my decisions off of what doesn't work for another person. Like I was on a 3-way call yesterday for about 45 minutes. prior to that, I talked to the guy for maybe a good hour. I don't know if he's watching right now, but anywho, it's a training opportunity for him. But one thing he said to me is that I'm not going to lose any money by not partnering now. I'll wait till 2 weeks. So he also said that nobody is traveling right now, so there's no money going to be made. So what I said to him is that you have the untrained eye. You got the mindset of the majority. That's not what we're looking for. And I told him, I said, this is a training opportunity for you. I said, I don't want to de-edify the individuals that scheduled this 3-way with me, but they know not to put me on the phone with anybody that doesn't have the financial resources to get started now. So you told me that you love what you see, but you're not getting started right now because of excuses, because of the world. You're thinking like the majority. We want people on our team that think like the 3%ers that are wealthy. So I told him, I said, listen, I said, yes, we got this coronavirus stuff going on now, but guess what they gonna want? What's the first thing they gonna want to do after being confined in the house all this time? The airline prices are down. The hotel prices are down. Man, you can fly to Miami for $30 round trip, not one way, round trip. What do you think they're gonna do? They're going to book with us. But the people that think like the majority, they're going to miss it. Just like the people that lost money because of stocks. They selling their stocks like crazy. But you got the opportunists that are looking at this and they're saying, okay, stocks are low. This is an opportunity to buy. See, broke mindset is going to keep you broke. I had a young lady that asked me earlier, am I rich? No, I'm not rich. But I surround myself around wealthy people. We will be rich. It's guaranteed we will be rich because we are following a path to get there. Do we know everything? Absolutely not. But we will not allow anybody in our circle that's going to taint our mindset. Period.
The other thing is we put ourselves in an environment to people that think wealthy. See, I mean, you put yourself in an environment and your thought process changes. You stretch yourself. Those people in that circle stretch you out to a place where it's maybe uncomfortable for you, but you get the picture. You start to see things that you wouldn't possibly say, or you wouldn't possibly do, or give you the confidence to speak to people that you normally wouldn't speak to, because you figure they are so out of the stratosphere and we couldn't possibly see eye to eye or think on the same level, when what we offering is savings. And no matter what you're going through or where your financial status is, people want to save. That's the bottom line. You want to save. I don't care how much money you have. You don't want to spend it all in one place. That's ridiculous. And you don't want to give it all up because it didn't come easy, and nobody gave it to you. Mm-hmm. So for people that earn their way in their lifestyle, they're looking to save. And that's one of the things that we offer in the project that we're in. To not, I mean, like I said, we're not here to sell you anything, but to open your eyes to an opportunity where when one person save, another person earn, and that's more than fair to any opportunity. Nobody's getting ahead of anything because the industry that we're in is constantly, right now it's been turned upside down and it's evolving. So the markups and stuff like that is a thing of the past, because we're part of something now that is really changing the industry, and it's one of those things where you have to get out in front of it in order to benefit or reap the benefits later on down the line. So, you
want to talk about that a little bit?
No, you go.
Yes. So, let's talk about that a little bit. The number one thing that I want to say, anybody that's watching, for starters, we're not here to sell you on anything. If we sell you on anything, it's the network marketing industry. We absolutely love it. Take it from somebody that is an introvert. Take it from somebody, 2 people that had no following. Take it from
somebody that's totally skeptical about
everything. It's this one right here. We got every excuse in the world to hate network marketing, but we absolutely love it. Why do we love it? Because we got out our own way. Period. We realized that the reason why we didn't like the industry, it had nothing to do with the industry. It was because of naysayers and because we lacked in so many different areas within us.
And then we was totally uneducated about the industry.
Totally, yeah. Most of you guys are just ignorant about the industry. You guys are swiping your card like you know about the industry, but you're just paying into it. You're a customer. You're not on the receiving end. That's the difference. Think about what you're buying now. Like, you guys, it's an eye-opener. Once you're inside and you're making the money, you see it. You see people when they go to hotels, when they go to restaurants, what's the first thing they do? They check in. They check in for free. You building up that restaurant's business. You building up that hotel's business. You're building up that dealership's business. You're building up that nail shop, the hair salon, the braiding person, whatever the place is. You're spending money and then you share it on social media for them. So
the reality is,
I was going somewhere with that. You just cut me off. Like, really?
But the reality is, you don't know what you don't know.
Exactly.
And that's you've been programmed, and this is what it's all about, to be deprogrammed. You don't know what you don't know, and that's not your fault. But if you allow yourself to be exposed to certain things, or a different idea, or just something you're not familiar with, because it's not what we're telling you about is not going to ruin you or run you in the ground or catastrophically bankrupt you. It's not none of that. Mm-hmm. So the more you educate yourself on certain things and expose yourself to certain things, or open your mind and change your mindset to certain things, then you open yourself up to learn and educate. And what you want to do is figure out how this opportunity can change your life, or
any opportunity. You said this one? Anyone.
Any opportunity. It ain't got to be the one that we're part of.
Any.
But you put yourself in a position where you can advance or encourage or further along you and your family and your legacy and people that's in your circle, and see them in a better place, in a better position. And that's what it's all about. You, before you leave this earth, you want to leave it in a better place or in a better situation, or further your family in this world. And that's all. Okay. Sometimes that's all you got. And that's...
Look, we clowning on here. I do want to talk a little bit about our opportunity, just on a high level. But one thing I do want to share is something that I've seen in this industry, and we're just keeping it real right now. This wasn't planned. We were just going to talk about the people that got let go today. But you got, stop being followers. Stop being paparazzi. I've been in this industry. We've been in this industry for 6 years. And there are individuals that helped us reach our level of success. But we don't believe in being followers. We believe in doing the right thing. Right? So when we are passionate about something, one thing I've seen in my industry is I've seen people hop. I've seen people jump from opportunity to opportunity. I call them MLM hoes. That's what I call them. Like, how you do one thing is how you do everything. We've always been stable in our careers. Always. We don't leave a job unless they give us a reason to leave it. We've always been stable. We don't see this diamond or this magic wand and just decide to jump ship. That's not who we are. We are very stable people. So what I want to encourage you guys to do is stop making moves because you see somebody else make a move. Is it working for you? That's what you got to ask yourself. Is the business model working for you? Like in my first project, I saw so many people jumping ship, but I'm like, okay, bye-bye. More opportunity for me. Why are we leaving because somebody else is jumping ship? So that's one of the main things that we see in this industry is that they just keep recycling people over and over and over and over again. But what I would like to share with you guys is just a little bit about what it is that we do and why we're passionate about it. We've been in the travel space for 6 years. When we got involved in the industry, you guys, we weren't looking for network marketing. Network marketing honestly found us. We were in a situation where we were owing the IRS thousands and thousands of dollars every year. And we got frustrated with it. At the time, it was Ariel and TJ, right? At the time, we had Ariel and TJ. We didn't have Amber yet. And we couldn't figure out how are we middle-class people, but yet the wealthy people don't pay any taxes. So what are they doing different? So we started researching it, and we realized that what they were doing different is that they had a home-based business. That's something we didn't have. Now, our parents didn't educate us on the importance of having a home-based business. We didn't understand tax write-offs and all that stuff. But it's something how timing works. I told you guys who my sponsor is, who our sponsor is Marlicia Yancey. She's a Ruby ambassador with the company. She is the one that sponsored us. And it was just something about her timing. We needed a way out of this tax situation. Around that same time, we got a letter from the IRS. And we were Googling. So we said, okay, what the hell? Let's give it a shot. We still didn't give it a shot at that moment. And then one day she called. I forgot her exact words, but she said, "What's your PayPal?" I remember that part of it. And I was like, "Watch, I'm going to send you this money." So she PayPal $75. That's what it cost to get started in the business back then. So she PayPal the $75. We didn't need the $75. We could have started it, but I guess she said, "I see something in them that they don't see in themselves, and if I don't help them get started now, they gonna never get started." So she helped us get out of our own way and get started. So we were ignorant. Where you going?
I gotta do something.
What are you about to do? Oh, he leaving me. You saw him creeping out the camera. So we end up getting started. Make a long story short, fell in love with the industry. Been in the travel space. But that was our first project. What I love about this project right here that I'm going to share with you is that it's different. For any of you guys that have been following me, that you know me, you know I'm just different. I'm that one. I've always been to myself. I've always been quiet. People didn't understand me. I just learned different. There's so many things about me that's just different. What I loved about this company is that this is an opportunity for me not to be last. Right? This is an opportunity for me to be a part of the beginning when I didn't have the money to do it. I wrote my first business plan, you guys, when I was 19 years old. I sat in SBA and cried my heart out because they declined me. I've been wanting to be a business owner for so many years. For those of you that don't know me, I love shooting pool. I met my husband shooting pool. I always wanted to have this luxury pool hall, not the regular pool halls. I wanted to create an environment for women, so they can have an upscale place to go and feel safe and be able to shoot pool without the average, you know what goes on in pool halls, messing with them. So, but it cost millions for me to create the environment that I want. What I wanted was I wanted people to be able to reserve their tables online. It's so much I had in that business plan, man. It just wasn't going to happen. Thank God I didn't do it, because I wouldn't have seen a profit to 6 to 8 years later. But here I go now in an environment where I made a small investment of $75 and became a 6-figure earner. $75. You guys, I was a 6-figure earner in corporate, and I spent about $2,000 a month just to get it. You don't think about that. You know, it's you guys, you got to think about how much money you spend to get to work every day, you guys. I can go on and on about this, but let me tell you a little bit about what we got going on. You good?
I'm great.
You great?
Yeah.
All right, he great, y'all. He great. He back. He snuck up out of here, but he back.
No corona.
No corona? You good?
Yeah. No coronavirus.
All right, no coronavirus. All right, so you sure? You go to work every day. You sure you ain't bringing that?
Sure.
Oh my gosh. Okay, all right, you guys.
Well,
excuse him.
Back to our point, though.
But I didn't finish. I'm talking. You left.
I know.
So can I finish?
Sure,
Look, Michelle said you running away. Oh my
and I
God.
told her I was back. I'm back.
Yeah, who y'all want to hear from?
She talk all the time, so
I do talk all the time.
Let somebody else say something.
But I want to share what I love about this project. Listen, I love leadership, and what I want to share with you guys is that our leader, Holton Buggs, I didn't know who that was before. I fell in love with the vision, not Holton Buggs. See, that's the difference between, I want to say, me and others, is that I didn't know who he was. We had a 5-year journey in network marketing. We got a phone call that said, we need you to be in Vegas, but we can't tell you why. That's the phone call we got. It was a couple days before my husband's birthday and Christmas. I was like, oh my God, what do we do? Do I miss Christmas? Do we miss his birthday? Baby, I'm talking.
What I'm saying, the reality was, he was like, baby, should I go? Mm-hmm. And, you know, opportunity presents itself in so many forms and shapes and colors and
what I said. I will forget. Like this
because I'm talking. It don't matter what you was gonna say.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
But the reality is, she went, and it was one of the best decisions, that we made, because it has been nothing short of a blessing, and so many things that we know it's going to be because of the vision that Mr. Holton Buggs has. And being able to put what we have and what we have to offer behind his vision and expressing it, I mean, there's no truer story or no other there's no other vision that we can actually push or be a part of that we can actually get behind and be part of his vision. So it's going to be an amazing ride. And for those people that are looking for something that's going to be an addition to, or just something that they can get behind as well, it's going to be, I'm just saying, just one heck of a ride, and so many people to bless along the ride. And for those that's looking for something to be a part of, take a chance and be a part of the opportunity. Not that we're pushing none on you, but
you didn't share the opportunity yet, though.
Well, I mean, I tell you what, we'll do that tomorrow. You just stay plugged in, and we're gonna get back with you and share some things with you that you can possibly benefit from, or somebody that you know can benefit from. But it's all about having yourself in a position where you can actually have an open mind and be acceptable to, just open up your ears and put that thinking cap on how it's going to change your life and be something that you can benefit from. Back to you.
I forgot what I was saying now, though.
Must not been important.
Whatever, man. I forgot what I was saying. But to make a long story short, this is an amazing industry. I forgot where I left off at. But everything he said was on point. But you guys, as far as the opportunity is concerned, that's something we could talk about later. As far as network marketing is concerned, I don't care what company you go with. Find one that's in line with what you believe in and get started. But stop listening to the people around you. If you're not willing to exchange bank accounts with them, if you're not willing to exchange lifestyles with them, stop listening to them. Period. Now, it's going to be lonely for a moment. It's going to be very lonely. You're going to be like, okay, I don't have no friends no more and all of this. Who cares? If your friends were the type of friends that they should be, you would be where you are today. If you were the type of friend that you should have been to them, they would be where they should be today. Friends should be able to help each other elevate. It's a different type of conversation. Like, it's now the type of friends that we want in our life is those that are going to help us get to the next level. Those that are going to be transparent, be real, and let us know where we're going wrong. That's what we want. But what I want to talk about really quick before we close is what you got invited to Vegas. Oh, yes, Jackie. Yes. Thank you.
The Jackie Pippins.
The Jackie Pippins. Porsche Pippins. But, yes. So we got a personal invite to Vegas after being brand new in this industry after 5 years. We had no idea why we were going. Actually, someone told us not to go. Got a call from Jackie Pippins. And Jackie was like, oh, you got to go. Girl power. I'm not going to be the only woman in the room. You got to go. Now, at the time, I was like, man, this is last minute. It's my husband's birthday. It's Christmas. They going out of town. I cannot tell them that I'm going out of town. She said, just make it happen. And that's exactly what happened. I talked to my husband, and then he was like, okay, go ahead. I stayed out there a couple days and came back and then went ahead and met them in the country. But while I was there, that's when life changed. I can't even explain the feeling that I had when David Manning was talking, and I heard all the other leaders talking, and then he said, okay, somebody about to come down the stairs. It was Holton Buggs. Now imagine, some of you watching, you may have already known who Holton Buggs was. We were wet behind the ears, brand new to the industry. We didn't know who he was. We had tunnel vision in our business, period. We didn't know what was going on left, right, front, behind us. All we knew was that we were building our organization. We had complete tunnel vision. The only people we knew about was those that we invested in on YouTube and stuff like that was helping us learn about the business, because everybody attached to us was new as well. So they couldn't really teach us much. So we had invested a lot in educating ourselves. But to make a long story short, Holton Buggs came down the stairs and everybody was screaming and like, oh my God. And I'm sitting there nudging Jackie like, who is this? So I didn't know who he was. She was like, you don't know who that is? I said, no, I don't know who that is. But I just felt so privileged and blessed to be in that room so early in the game, because there are so many people that started with me, that started with us, that didn't have that opportunity to be in that room. But because we gave it our all, we were able to be there. So he started speaking and sharing a vision, and that's what I fell in love with. See, one thing about me, I'm going to tell you guys what my downfall is, and I'm going to tell you what my strengths are. My strength, well, let me tell you my downfall. My downfall is, I'm not going to say my downfall is being an introvert, but my downfall is, how can I put it? I do got downfalls. Comprehension. It's like what I love about network marketing is I can be me and shine. Like, I have a different way of learning and comprehending. Like, when it comes to books and stuff like that, like, I can't just read something and comprehend it. I got to read out loud, watch videos and things like that. I have a photographic memory. My daughter has it too. Like, how I educated my daughter in math was that I would have her close her eyes and see it, because that's the way I learned. I would have her do her math problems with her eyes closed. So in school, she'll be doing her math work and she'll be graded, and they'll be like, you didn't write out the problem, you just got the answer, and they assume she cheated. No, that's how I learned. That's how I taught her, because it was also, I'm not going to say a disability, I'm going to call it a gift, but it's also something that she had. So what I loved about this industry is that I can watch all the videos, I can listen to all the audios, I can have a photographic memory, I can watch different people, and I can still succeed. So when he came down them stairs and I was in that room, and I was like, man, with all I've been through in my life, I'm in that room. with a person that's been in this industry for 30 years, and here I am, the front line of his organization, of his new company that he started. I'm like, wow. So that's what sat with me. I didn't know him personally, but my strength is, I shared with you guys my weakness. My strength is people, reading people, right? I am a natural talent scout. I know good people when I see it. My downfall is trust. I could see a good person and help them grow. The problem I have is trusting to give them that rope, that extra rope, right? And that's a personal issue that I'm dealing with. I'm just being transparent here. I'm a people person. I know talent when I see it, but do I want to give them a chance? So what this industry allowed us to do, what allowed me to do, it taught me it teaches me how to trust a little more. I'm not all the way there. It's teaching me how to give people a little more rope, a little more rein, right? To shine. And especially after the training these past 2 days, I'm like, what I got to lose, right? If I'm the only one in the forefront, because number one, I don't like to shine. I don't like attention on me. I like to be behind the scene, right? But to make a long story short, when that man came down and he started talking, I fell in love with the vision. I came back and shared the vision with my husband. We fell in love with the vision. That's what we fell in love with. So we're not a couple that is following somebody's success for the past 30 years. We are following somebody that we believed in their vision a little over a year ago. That's what we're following. And when we believe in a vision, there's nothing nobody can say to stray us away. Period. There's nothing they can say to stray us away. Vision is powerful. I don't care about somebody's history, what they've been through, what they didn't do. I believe wholeheartedly that I know how to read people, and that is a good thing. Now, afterwards is when we realize how powerful this man is, how much experience he has, how many millionaires he created. And I got even more sensitive. And I'm emotional. And I'm like, man, I'm at the front line of this. You guys, we can go on and on about this. But you guys, this industry is amazing. We're part of a new technology that is taking the world by storm. We are growing at warping speed. It's just different. Nobody else has access to this. We got a 10-year patent on the actual technology and being able to monetize on savings. You guys that know me, you know that I've been infatuated with Uber for 3 to 4 years. And I always told y'all, if Uber ever started their own network marketing company, I would be there. I would bounce. I would be out. I'd be ready to be one of their first leaders. And Uber didn't do it, but this company started their own rideshare, right? And I seen my father be a part of rideshare at the very beginning when they started 10 years ago. And I watched him grind. And the person that referred him never earned a dime. But they were a part of this new technology today. My father has done over 8,000 rides. Over 8,000 rides. Do you know that if that was this company, that person that referred him would have got paid 8,000 times? They would have earned 3% of 8,000 checks. That was the game changer for me. And that's what I'm excited about. It's not in Atlanta. So I want to say what we're most excited about is being a part of the beginning before it's a household name. If you wait, see what most people do is they like to stay in their comfort zone. So they like to partner with companies and spend their money when the opportunity is not there anymore. Because you feel safe. You feel like the company is stable and you feel completely safe. But the problem is that everybody knows about it. It's like going to Mary Kay right now. Mary Kay is an amazing company. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking any company. Avon and all these other ones that have been out there for Lord knows how long. Longer than I've been born. But the opportunity is gone. Every person that you probably bump into is selling Mary Kay, Avon, Amway, or something. The opportunity lies at the beginning. It's those risk takers that become millionaires. And that's us. So it's our responsibility to share the information with the masses. It's your responsibility to make a decision. So the more we share the opportunity, the better we get at it, and then we can become the next millionaires. We will be the next million. That's guaranteed. That's already in stone. We know what's going to happen. So when people ask us, are we wealthy yet? Yes, we are wealthy here. The bank may not say it yet. We're not millionaires in the bank yet, but we are wealthy here. And it's a matter of time before we hit it. Everybody had a day one, right? Those millionaires didn't come out the womb a millionaire. No, everybody had a day one. And you gotta stop comparing yourself to other people and realize that everybody had a day one. We all got the same blood running through our bodies. There's nothing different about Tony, me, you, or anybody else watching.
Same 24 hours.
Same 24 hours in a day. It's just what you're going to do with yours.
The thing is, Mr. Holton Buggs has created the environment. It's up to you to go get it.
That's right.
It's up to you. He said he didn't create all those 45 plus millionaires. He created an environment. And put yourself in a position where you can win. And that's all anybody could ask for. You can't ask for nobody to give you anything in this life, but put you in a position where you can win and elevate and give you the right tools. And what we have here is a system that where if you go by the system, by default you're gonna be a whole lot further along than being the person that try to go down this road by yourself.
That's right.
So the system, follow the system, the leadership, the people that's willing to help you, the people that's out there that blaze the trail, and the pioneers of the industry. And right now we're running a campaign that so many different leaders out there that know what they're talking about and staying plugged in and knowing your business. And the rest of it, like my dad used to say, it's all going to fall in place. So we come to you tonight as a couple that in a time where there's so many uncertainties and pandemonium and epidemics and things that you can't control in your life, to plug into something that you may not know a whole lot about, but people that's coming to you with all honesty and sincerity, that's saying, look, this is what we're doing, and be just open-minded to something new and something different that could change your life and your family's life, and take a chance on it. And who knows where you're going to turn up. But I'm telling you, with the leadership and the vision and the determination that we have, attach yourself to it, and we're going to run this till the wheels fall off. And this is what it is. So we all in 10 toes.
That's right. So for those of you that are watching, because we're going to go ahead and end it. We've been on here, about an hour?
Too long.
Too long. This is what I want to do. I don't know who's watching, whether you are in the industry or not. Again, whoever has ever reached out to you to share an opportunity with you, I want you to go to them and say, show me. That's what I challenge you to do. Go to them and say, show me. Because it's your responsibility to just get the information and make an informed decision. I wish my parents would have educated me on this industry when I was, at the tender age of 18. I'm sitting there watching these millennials become six-figure earners, and they're only 20 years old. You guys, we don't understand what we have, and that's why we don't do it. So, it's one thing to be ignorant about it. But when you choose to avoid learning more, then I'm not even going to say the word. What it really is. So I challenge you to go to anybody that has ever tried to share opportunity with you and just say, show me. Show me how I can do something better. If it's not for you, check out the next opportunity. But network marketing is not going anywhere. It's created the most millionaires in any other industry in this world. And we just want to challenge people to get more involved. We want to challenge individuals to have a better understanding of what it is and realize that the people around you that aren't succeeding, It's the majority of the naysayers. They're not succeeding because of their own personal reasons. What they say, when you point a finger, how many is pointed back at you? We won because we looked at ourselves and we said what we aren't doing right. What most people do is when hard work is involved and you're not getting paid immediately, people used to that 9 to 5 stuff, right? They didn't get that mindset training. So stop listening to them. Find out for yourself firsthand. Because when somebody tells me, when somebody tells me how much you making, is it working for you? The first thing I say to them is, why are you basing your success off of mine? So you telling me you know better than me? Is that what you're telling me? Are you telling me, what if I told you right now and I'm only making $10 a month and I've been in this industry for 6 years? You're going to not take advantage of this amazing opportunity because you feel like you can't do better than $10 a month because you feel like I'm not making no money. So why does what somebody else making determine whether or not you get started? I believe I can surpass anybody. I believe that there's nobody in this industry that can do better than me. Right? Everybody had a day one, you guys. And that's how you got to think. Stop basing your success off of the success and failures of others. Learn from their mistakes. Learn from the success of others. And keep grinding and do what you can do. Be the best version of you. That's all I want to say. Anything you want to add?
Yeah, no two people are the same. No situation is the same. And you get involved in this situation and you have the right leadership, there's no limitations of what you can accomplish. And it may not be to become a millionaire. It may be to subsidize your income or bring an extra $500 to $1,000 into your household, just to offset some things, or just to get ahead, or just to get out of debt. So everybody's dream and success is not the same thing. Everybody don't want the biggest house and the picket fence and the dog and the car and the jury and the fame and that's not everybody's success. Mm-hmm. So what I'm telling you is find out what your needs and wants are, and find out what success means to you, and open up your mind to, you may be able to get those things from an opportunity or the unforbidden word network marketing, and be able to succeed or get ahead or get to where you want to be in life and be comfortable with that. Mm-hmm. And for people that want to be a millionaire, it's there. And for people that just want to be comfortable, it's there. There's no range, or there's no limitations. There's no, I don't want to get it twisted where there's a magic bullet or a secret potion and voila, you're there, because there is some hard work involved in it. But if you're willing to succeed to get what your goals are and what success means to you, you can achieve those things in this opportunity, or any opportunity that you feel that you're passionate about. So don't leave yourself to any type of limitations or somebody else's standards. Go after it, believe wholeheartedly, and give it your all, and you can achieve it. It's just a matter of being plugged in and being under the right leadership, and for some of those people, find a mentor or somebody that laid the path, and somebody that you respect, and someone you're going to listen to. And you gotta be trainable, teachable, and coachable. And if they're for you, it's going to be the right situation. And if that's not for you, then you got to find somebody else that you're compatible with. Everybody is not for everybody. Everybody is not your bag or your cup of tea and things like that. But you can't give up on that, and you got to see yourself getting ahead of and getting to where you want to be in life. So we've probably been on here way too long.
Yes, we got to end it.
but just look, with, like I said, today's the way life is going right now, you got to do something different. You got to be able to adjust and change and do things that's unconventional. You got to be able to adapt, because that's the way. I mean, we probably come back with this presentation tomorrow, but part of it is the industry is evolving, and you have to evolve too in order to adapt and adjust and survive. So that's the bottom line. We love you, and good night.
Good night, everybody. Bye-bye. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.